This is Wilson Miles from Black Women TV. I'm here with Ron Canada, star of the new Off-Broadway play, A Pay to Writer. This is playing at the Signature Theater. And so, how's it going?
Well, it's going very well. The audiences are, thank you, first of all, for having me, Wilson. Um, it's going very well. The audiences seem to be getting a tremendously rewarding experience from their reactions and from what they tell us after the show. People go to the theater to feel, and they laugh some, they cry some. Everybody seems to find one or the other of the scenes emotionally connecting with their lives, and certainly there are a lot of hearty laughs right up to the very last moment of the play. So from my theatrical experience of 46 years, it's going pretty well.
Now, from what I understand, you play a well-known writer, author, who is going through, I wouldn't say a midlife crisis, but going through his life, and the sacrifices that he's endured in order to become the famous man that he is. Am I saying it right, or is there more to it?
Well, partially, he's one of the most famous writers, according to the story in the world. He's somebody on a level with James Baldwin or Toni Morrison or Norman Mailer, somebody of that kind of international literary acclaim. Yeah, he's at a crisis point in his life, and he's trying to do a kind of cleanup or reclamation effort on mistakes that he's made on his journey to being a person of this magnitude.
Mm-hmm. And helping him through this journey is his ex-wife and his literary agent. Am I correct?
That's correct. Those are the two most important relationships focused on in the story. His ex-wife, who he has been estranged from for 20 years, the mother of his two children, played by Marcia Cross, and his agent of 45 years, played by Bryan Batt, a great Broadway veteran and a tremendous talent. And this trio of Cyrus Holt and his ex-wife Lana and his agent Bruston are the core of the story.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you take on a play like this, what do you do to get into the character you're playing? Obviously, he's playing a famous writer and so forth. Is this, who did you look up in terms of to emulate in order to play this character well, besides what was on the page?
Well, it just happens that in my long career, I have had a peculiar proximity to great literary men. I have auditioned in the room for Athol Fugard and Tom Stoppard, two of the greatest living playwrights. I have spent time and broke bread with August Wilson. I have had a half-hour one-on-one face-to-face conversation with Norman Mailer. I have had a similar conversation with Philip Roth. And I have met and spoken briefly with Gore Vidal. So I'm I have a face-to-face, one-on-one experience with these great literary men. And so I drew on all of those experiences, pieces of what I could learn in those encounters. And then so much of Cyrus Holt, not his professional life, but his personal life, but kind of parallels some situations that I've been in. He's probably a character who's closest to me. We're very small difference in age between the character as written and me. And so it was, I had a lot to draw on. I'll leave it that way.
I've known your work for a number of years. I've seen you on different films and TV shows. And then I spoke to somebody earlier this week and I was like, oh, I'm talking to Ron Canada. And they're like, who is this guy? And I said, you see his face, but you may not remember him. But you remember the last thing that we probably saw, which is played Terrence Howard's father in The Best Man, the final
That's right.
chapter. You know, and
Right.
that's like, oh, now they know. You know, like so
Yes.
now that's so even though you've worked for over 2 decades, you know, but it's you know, but that particular series, you know, brought in all sorts of audiences, you know, and sort of like now they remember you now because obviously that's a franchise from the films and now the you know the series that people can relate with you now. So, but to see you on Broadway and you know where you're the lead, you know, I say, hey, listen, there are a lot of guys they get their shot that whether it be on stage or on film to see you as a lead here is great for us because you never know when it's going to happen. How does it feel for you to be not only back on theater but playing this lead role?
Well, it's you as you correctly identify. I'm one of those guys that is usually on any list of who was that guy or what's his name or the 100 uh, best actors whose names you don't know. I always show up on those lists, and for some people in the last 30 years or so, there's confusion on the parts of some people, most of them older, not younger people, between me and the esteemed Mr. Jones. It's even, as in James Earl, it's even a something that you can easily Google, Ron Kennedy and James Earl Jones. So he has gotten and certainly worthily great praise for his tremendous career, but he also has received some deal of credit for my career as well because of this confusion. But I've been a character guy most of the time in film and television. I had the fortune to play lead roles on stage, particularly in Shakespearean plays, and I'm the second man in the country by uh, 24 hours to play the role of Troy Maxon in August Wilson's Fences. Literally 24 hours after Mr. Jones opened it at the Goodman Theater in Chicago, I opened it at the Jiba Theater in Rochester in January of '86, and you can look it up. But this role on Broadway to play a lead is a tremendous honor and a responsibility and a gift after 46 years in this business and over the age of 70. I'm tremendously pleased to get this opportunity to display my skills at well off Broadway, but very close to Broadway to display my skills at this level of theater. It's a tremendous it's a tremendous gift, and I have an attitude of gratitude toward it.
Mm-hmm. Before I let you go, can you talk about working along with Bryan and Marcia and the rest of the cast, you know, and how do you make, you know, that chemistry work on screen so that we, the audiences, get it when you leave and we're all entertained?
Um, I'm sorry, Wilson. There was a little breakup. Could you repeat?
Can you talk about the chemistry between you and Bryan and Marcia and the rest of the cast?
Oh yeah, we have a tremendous. It's one of those things that happens by accident, and I think by good casting. The casting director just happened to put a combination of extremely compatible people, human beings. Um, uh, uh, Garrett Turner plays my the younger me, and Danielle uh, Summons plays my daughter, and we're just a very compatible group. We happen to like each other. They're high caliber people, but as artists, we also are compatible. We have Bryan and Marcia and I just the ability to cooperate and play with each other stylistically was there from the first time we sat down and read it at table together. And so it's been one of those fortunate things where it's been very easy to become an ensemble. An ensemble, a team, is what you want in any theatrical endeavor, whether it's on stage or film or television. When you find that right chemistry, it's like it's like the Golden State Warriors basketball team, Steph Curry and Michael Thompson not Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson, Klay the son, Michael the father. I'm so old I remember Michael the father. Klay Thompson and Draymond. It's just one of those things that happen. It's a bit of fortune involved, and other big threes don't work, as we've seen. But we not only the three of us, but the entire cast, we work very, very well together, and the guidance of Karen Carpenter, our excellent director. So it's been a difficult play, but an easy journey with my colleagues.
I want to congratulate you on the success of the play. Obviously we need more plays like this so that we can see guys like you shine out. We'll continue to watch you on other platforms, whether it be on a series, a movie, or another play. So keep it going. We're always here to support. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Wilson.